All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Baruch Yahweh, Baruch Yahweh Shai, Baruch Yahweh, Baruch Yahweh Shai, Baruch Yahweh, Baruch Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honor to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who've ruled well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want Ratazah to be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Quadash. And the inspiration for this lesson is going to be, I was watching this video. I watched this guy a lot, Jeremiah Babe. He's like a prepper, one of those people that's watching, measuring the time diligently. I believe he's a Christian, and he gives a lot of report on the economy and so on and so forth. I watch a lot of these videos, economic prepper, and these type of things. But yeah, he does good videos. He makes a lot of valid points. And I saw this video here, and he made a statement about watch the video in its entirety. I don't want to play it because I don't want to get copyright stricken. But as you can see, it's entitled "People Have No Idea for What's Coming," which we keep saying over and over with broken records. A lot of you got your heads in the sand. You're putting off the day of the Lord. You're putting off that evil day as if it's just going to go away. Things are not going to get better. Things are only getting worse. Time like never before per Daniel 12:1. So it says, people have no idea what's coming. Catastrophic crash inevitable. Lose your addictions now. And then it says Airbnb. So I haven't watched the whole video, but this is something me and the brother talk about. I notice all the time. A lot of these people are miserable. They're strung out on drugs. There are a lot of people, they don't think they're addicts because they get a prescription. They get a prescription for antidepressants. They're on Xanax and all these uppers and downers. A lot of these people don't know if they're coming or going. Strung out on all, just all type of vices. And the times that we're coming into, you're gonna have to quit cold turkey, man. Everything is gonna come to a screeching halt. But that was the video that inspired this lesson, which it was in my mind prior. These things were in my mind, but he mentioned a statement about it was an old, which I saw too, it was an old statistic about the amount of Americans that are on antidepressants. I think the article that he had, it said 37 million Americans are on antidepressants. I think that was 1 out of 6 Americans. And that was an old study. So that led me to do my own due diligence, and most of the articles that I found were old. All right, but that's what this lesson centered around. When you look around, and he mentions a bunch of things, man. The ends are meeting, man. Everything is coming to a head. These people are at their wits' end, and it's only going to get worse. And majority of you have no idea what's coming, but you can't say you weren't warned. We're broken records, man. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Repent, because the only thing that's going to deliver you in the days to come is that that hedge of protection, being exempt from judgment, man. No amount of money, no amount of silver, gold, no amount of stockpiling resources, nothing is going to deliver you out of the hands of Yahweh Shai once the doors of mercy are slammed shut and judgment commences. All right. So yeah, I don't want to make this too long. So let's get into this article. Like I said, most of the studies I saw were old, but it's just very alarming. But it's nothing we don't know. The scriptures tell us, which I got the scriptures. That's the times that we're living in. Evil times, and it's only going to get worse. Evil times, bad times on the horizon. So this is as antidepressant use by country 2023. It says the most concentration of antidepressants by country, and this is, remember, the chief place of judgment is going to be in Babylon the Great. All right, America is going to be completely destroyed. Thus saith the Lord, by thermonuclear destruction, by missiles. ICBMs. But Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation is going to try the world. Because why? This is the earth. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The hour of temptation is going to try the world. Yasharallah, we're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth, right? So this is a global thing. This is a global agenda, a global reset, you know? So it says the most concentration of antidepressants by country between 2016 and 2020 comes from Iceland, Portugal, Canada, Australia, Sweden, Spain, and Germany. All Edomite nations also have seen a rise in the use of these medications, antidepressants, because people are miserable, they're depressed, they have suicidal thoughts, they have no hope, The United States wasn't included in some of the original studies on antidepressants. However, it turns out as of 2016 that the U.S. has about 110 users of them per capita, at least by 2016. The usage of antidepressants spiked after 2019, not just in the U.S. but around the world. In 2021, a report states that twice as many people in the United Kingdom began living with depression during the pandemic. 2 years before this, 2019, social isolation and loneliness led to increased depression cases taking place from that time until 2022. People most affected around the world by depression are those prone to depression in the first place. For instance, they may have already been diagnosed with a major depressive disorder. Others may have developed this condition because their circumstances put them at risk of falling into it. Ends are coming. Everything is coming to an end. All right, everything is coming to a head. But you ain't seen nothing yet. In the case of circumstantial depression, some people end up this way after losing a spouse, a pet, or a job. Any major life change that disrupts a person's life causes it. With this in mind, the you-know-what lockdowns in 2020 would be enough drastic change for anyone to have developed depression for the first time. Experiencing depression doesn't mean that people need to be on antidepressants. However, many people with circumstantial depression have taken it, at least temporarily. It says increases in depression did not start with 2020, you know what, like some people might assume. Yeah, this is because things have been gradually getting worse, all right? And it's going to keep getting worse because Esau's bringing the squeeze, order out of chaos, the Hegelian dialect, pressure from above, pressure from below. In 2016, Germany had already experienced a 46% rise in antidepressant use in 4 years. Portugal and Spain, all Edomite nations, Portugal and Spain had at least 20% increase in the usage of medication to combat depression, because they steadily oppressing the people. He oppressed a man in his heritage. People using medication for depression during this time included people as young as 12 years old. Again, people using you got a lot of young people committing that control-alt-deleting themselves, man. That's the world that we're living in. People using medication for depression during this time included people as young as 12 years old. However, there's also 1/3 of people in the U.S. who never used antidepressants, even if they were depressed. On the other hand, 60% of Americans who take antidepressants took them for at least 2 years. So it's not even a short-term thing. They're on them for a long time. You see? And that's the point. That's the point, man. That's the point. Hey, that's the times that we're living in. And it's only going to get worse. People that you see at work, you think that they're all chipper and in a good mood and they're always laughing and smiling. A lot of times that's a facade. That's a fake smile, man. Deep down inside, they're miserable. We know they're miserable. Why? Because the wicked is ruling. Okay? So let me hit the scriptures and close out. Again, the video that inspired this was from Jeremiah Babe. Go ahead and watch this video in its entirety. He expounds on a lot of things. a lot of key factual points of what's going on, you know? And again, people have no idea what's coming. Catastrophic crash is inevitable. Lose your addictions now. Yeah, because, hey, you don't want any type of vice. The only vice we want is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. This wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. The times that we're coming into, you addicted to fucking Zoloft and Xanax, and you addicted to whatever you addicted to. Cigarettes, weed, whatever the hell you addicted to, man. What you gonna do when you can't get your fix? That's gonna cause you to bug out even more, you know? So anyway, a lot of you addicted to social media. You addicted to likes and views. Man, this place is through. You people are through. Least you repent. So let's hit the scriptures and we close out. We know most of them, basic scriptures, but they're pertinent. Job 9:24, I quoted it. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? And we know per Malachi 1:4, the wicked is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And he's oppressing the people. He's oppressing the people. He's squeezing the people, squeezing every last drop out of the people, man. Okay? And that's why we man, fuck this world. We don't give a damn about this world. We're looking for new heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's going to take place when when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai returns, man, and turns everything right side up again. You know, and takes this devil down. You know? So it says, Psalms 82:5, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, the majority of the people. Gross darkness covered the people. They're blinded, man. They're blinded with this world, this Babylon juice, the affairs of this world, this life, you know? They have no light in them, no truth, no true wisdom and understanding of the Heavenly Father. You know, and that's really why these people are miserable. All right? You know, they trust in oppression. They trust in a lie. Psalms 82:5, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, groping in noonday. All the foundations of earth are out of course, because Esau Edom turned everything upside down. You know? Surely a turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you know, and by default, Yasharallah, because we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, you know, and that's what we're looking for. Our kingdom, baby. The kingdom is coming. It's nigh. It's just nigh, man. But two kings can't sit on the same throne. In order for one king to rule, another king got to fall. You know? So it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So, hey, when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai returns and turns everything right side up again, the people ain't going to be strung out on antidepressants, you know, because a just power is going to be ruling. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's why they're strung out on antidepressants. And it's only increasing. It's getting worse and worse. Worse and worse. And you ain't seen nothing yet. This is Baruch 4. The main point is in 31 and 32, but I'll start at 28. Baruch 4 and 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Yeah, the only one that's going to deliver us from this predicament that we're in is the one that put us in it. You know, we were brought here chiefly to the Americas, you know, given into the hands of our enemies as a punishment. This was a punishment for our disobedience, from disobeying Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, for being rebellious. Okay, so how do we get out of the conditions that we're in? By repenting, by being obedient, by turning back to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, by being obedient to the best of our ability, putting on as the elect, offending as least as possible, you know, not following our own mind, our own vain imagination, our hearts, but following the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability, and being on fire for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? For as it was in your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. You know, we're going to rejoice. We're going to rejoice when this devil gets put down. That's the good news. That's the gospel. This ain't it, bro. This ain't living. This ain't how life was meant to be. Okay? This was a punishment. They whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Okay? That's the good news. That's the gospel. This is our last bid. And it's almost up. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to recompense our enemies. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem. And remember, we're a people before a place, and we're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. You know? And right now we're being comforted by the word. Okay? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not a man that he shall lie. He's faithful and true. Alright? Miserable, this is the main point. Miserable, that's why they strung out on antidepressants. And as young as 12 years old. Gotta take antidepressants, man. Have little children having suicidal thoughts, man. Why? Because the wicked are ruling. And he's ruling wickedly, oppressing the people. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. A lot of these Edomites, especially Edomites and these heathens, you know, are addicted to these different opioids, man. That's why they call it an epidemic now, you know. You know, it says, miserable are they that afflicted thee. They losing their businesses, they losing their homes, their cars getting repossessed, their credit cards about tapped out, maxed out, you know, rents going up, you know, they don't know, you know, they see no hope, they see no light at the end of the tunnel. You see, they're getting stricken with all type of diseases and illnesses, cancers and diabetes and so on and so forth. You know, their homes are falling apart. Wives are divorcing them. Children are wicked as hell, rude as hell, disobedient. You know, cursing them out. That's the reality. That's the reality of the world that we're living in. Completely out of order. Complete chaos. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. That's the point. This place is through. And just open your eyes and look around. You can see this place is through. All right? You know? Beautiful times that we're living in. Yapah times for the elect, the hopeful elect. Horrific times for the rest of you. I'm going to close out here. Isaiah 24, the main point is in 10. I'm going to start at 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. That's why they need antidepressants, because they need an escape, you know, from reality. The mirth of the tabreth ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. This is the main point. The city of confusion, which is what? Babylon. Babylon the Great, America. The Hebrew word for Babylon is Babal. Confusion. That's what this place is. Nothing but confusion. Bizarro world. The city of confusion is broken down. You see it. Homeless epidemic. Homeless people everywhere. They running rampant, man. You know, a lot of well-to-do middle-class families and individuals, you know, losing their job, losing their nice jobs, losing their benefits, and winding up homeless, man. Living in RVs, parked on the side of the road, living out of their car, working a full-time job, working 2-3 jobs, you know. Beautiful times that we're living in, and it's only going to get worse. Living 5-6 families in a household, a single-family home, you know. Beautiful times. The city of confusion is broken down, and it's only going to get worse. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. That's the point. That's the point, you know. Hey, beautiful times that we're living in. This place is through. And again, these people have no idea what's coming, you know. But the prudent man, he seeth the evil and hideth himself, you know. We're hiding ourselves in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, in this truth, in this thing of ours. But the simple passes on and are slayed, you know. You know, these people are through. Shalom, keep pushing, we're close. Wa abad babal, kwam yasharallah.